What's going on, everybody? This is Shy Harris of the Rebel Society. So a little bit about me. I actually own a company called the Rebel Society, which is a digital media marketing agency that works with unconventional brands as well as people who are in conventional brands that just want to do something outside of the norm or outside what everybody else is doing. So that's kind of like my sweet spot of the clients that I work with. That is my niche audience. So this video is all about just answering the questions that different entrepreneurs have actually sent to me over the past couple of weeks. And we're really just going to break down a lot of different things, from creating content, from when is the right time to quit your day job, analytics, social media analytics, and a lot more. So let's actually just go ahead and hop into it. So first question is, I don't actually have the name of the people who sent this to me, but the first question is narrowing down your target audience. So when determining your target audience or when narrowing down your target audience, the easiest way to kind of do that is find 3 to 5 of your best customers and figure out what makes them similar. So if 5 of your best customers are all military wives, then that might be your target demographic. Or you might want to break that down and say black military wives. Or if your demographic is young college kids, then that might be it. Or young college kids that are from DC who are men. You really want to try to break that down as much as you can, but the easiest way to do that is really just to find out who are the 5 customers or clients that you deal with that, refer your business, who promote your brand without you asking, and who are just those people that you enjoy interacting with on a day-to-day basis. Once you figure those out, just really find out what makes them similar, and then really that is your niche audience or your target audience. So the next question is, explain the importance of analytics and what to do with that data. So real talk, in business, data is like one of the most important things. So once you have the numbers in regards to your business, then you can actually start using those numbers to make better decisions when it comes to putting out your content, engaging with your core audience or your target audience, what you should include in certain campaigns or content that you put out. A lot of things when it comes to analytics that you want to think about is the key things as far as like time that you to put out stuff, who engages with what content. You can even, if you got Google Ads, then you can actually break that down a little bit more as far as when you put a certain post on which platforms, which gets the most traction for you. If you add this particular thumbnail or this type of thumbnail, which converts to more views for you. Once you have the data, once again, then you know which way to kind of go with your business. Instead of just doing a whole bunch of shit that just doesn't make sense, you can start saying, all right, what I need to post this video that's 90 seconds on Wednesdays at 9 because that converts more to my demographic. And if I have on a blue colored shirt, that's going to convert more with this particular audience that I have. So just understanding what that information is and allows you to really pretty much go more streamlined and go more deep into who you're actually targeting, but you'll actually start to get more engagement and eventually more sales because of the numbers that these different platforms are giving you. So like I said, just be mindful of what those numbers are, what the analytics show, and just use those in your particular campaigns and the way you actually go about your business to kind of help pump up those sales some. All right. Next question is, how do you get people to buy into your product service when that part of the industry appears to be saturated? So to me, to answer that question, for me, it's all about brand. So with that, that's all about what about you stands out amongst everybody else. So a lot of people try to be like everybody else, which doesn't really work at all. So you have to figure out what about you to your core stands out. So if you're a life coach, but you're also into basketball, that's going to make you stand out, especially if you talk about it. So there's always a lane that everybody tries to be in when it comes to a particular industry. So say, what can I add that what can I add to that I actually enjoy, that I can actually speak about, that doesn't take away from what I actually do in my business, but it's something that can add to it. So like with me, I'm a strategist, but I love hip hop, which pretty much everybody loves hip hop, but I also love wrestling. And I'm a sports head. Actually, I'm not a sports head. I'll take that back. I stopped watching sports. So I watch wrestling. So a lot of stuff I do is actually centered around concepts and themes and storylines in wrestling, because that's kind of where I get my marketing stuff. So that actually makes me stand out, as well as when I look at the industry in my area, it all looks the same. It's a lot of real bright and airy and stuff like that, and I'm not like that at all. Like, a lot of my stuff is real dark and moody, and that's kind of like who I am. So just figuring out what you are, who you are, and just adding that into your brand's aesthetic, your brand's messaging, and pretty much everything about your brand, and then that's gonna allow you to stand out, because there's gonna be somebody that actually fucks with the way you are and fucks with those different elements of you, because everybody else is so cookie cutter. So really just don't be cookie cutter and don't be basic. So that's why my hashtag is no basic shit. So all right, next question is, when do you know to quit the 9-to-5 and do the hustle full time? So with me, I got to a point where I was working at my job at Citibank. Shout out to everybody at Citibank. I used to get almost like anxiety attacks pulling up in the parking lot and actually going in. And when I actually, clocked in, I used to feel like so antsy and stuff like that. At the time, my business was doing pretty good, so I was actually making a little bit of money. I probably should have made a little bit more money before I quit, but it is what it is. So once I realized that I was actually getting gigs and I was turning down gigs because I had to work and I just hated my job, I knew it was time for me to quit and actually do this full time. So, all right, last question is having a niche target customer versus being open to any customer you can get. This question is very interesting because when I first read that, I'm thinking of when you're single, when you're out in the dating world, you always should have an idea of what you want or what you're looking for in a mate, right or wrong. Like, you just don't want anybody because you have standards. You know what works for you. You know what you can deal with, what you can't deal with. Physically, what you like in that other person. You know all those things. So why wouldn't it be the same thing for your customers? Like, you know the type of people that you love working with. You know the type of people that you hate working with. You also know that I thrive when I work with these type of people, as opposed to I get headaches when I work with these type of people. Me having a niche audience is all important. And once you know exactly, I keep saying this in every video, but once you know who your actual niche audience is or your target audience is, you know kind of how to sell them. And wouldn't it be a great idea just to get all your customer base is people that you thoroughly enjoy working with? Doesn't that sound awesome? Like, to me, that sounds fucking great. Like, if I could work with all the people that I just thoroughly enjoy working with on projects that I really wanted to work on, I would love every minute of that. Having a niche or a target audience is always going to be best, because then you can really do the work and work with the people that you really want to work with. So, all right, so those are all the questions for today. I feel like I'm gonna try to do this at least once a week, just kind of get all these questions out to kind of show people that I'm trying to give real life answers to the questions that everybody kind of deals with. So once again, if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe. Please share this with anybody who you feel is kind of going through the same things I kind of spoke about, and make sure they subscribe too. Like, I'm trying to get these numbers up, so I need your help on that. So once again, this is Shy Harris of the Rebel Society, and I'm out. Be great. Yeah, that was corny. That was real corny. Fuck it, I'm corny. So.